All right, who are these people that snaked you on Beast Game? Who took the 600K? What's his name?
JC took the 600K. I'm too young, please God save me. And in that moment I blacked out and my body went limp. And then I only had like an hour to think about the 10 million. Because when it got introduced, I probably got eliminated like an hour and a half, 2 hours later. Jimmy, who's a very like business oriented man, and just he was probably taken off guard by that. So bringing God will protect you from some things that you may want.
Whoa, there's a lot there. Courtney, hey, welcome.
Thank you.
Yes. So before I introduce you, I actually want you to introduce yourself. So who is Courtney?
Hi, I'm Courtney. I'm a creative entrepreneur. I'm typically a photographer, sometimes a UGC creator. Sometimes I manage people and do social media stuff. I'm just a creative altogether. Creative altogether. Yeah. I love that. Yeah, you do a lot of creative things, and we'll unpack those throughout the day. Okay. But also, just so you know, little surprises will be sprinkled out throughout today. So today's going to be fun. We're going to be doing some things, also getting to know each other. Okay. Awesome. Okay. So I understand you're a spontaneous person. Definitely.
So tell me more about that.
I just feel like my life is full of opportunities that I've chosen to just say yes to for the most part. So something that makes me spontaneous is like in college, I studied psychology and I wanted to do cognitive and behavioral neuropsychology and mix it with like holistic health. Like I still love psychology, but instead I took the opportunity to, after graduating, move to Hawaii, do surf photography, teach yoga, and work at a surf shop as a barista. So kind of a pivot there, but pretty much everything I do is pretty spontaneous.
And is that why you applied for Beast Games?
I would say that's definitely part of it. I mean, I apply to basically every casting opportunity that I can, that I feel fits me. And this one was like, it was an unscripted reality game show. And I was like, that sounds fun. Yeah. And I applied for it and they emailed me back. Kind of seemed like
how do you apply?
Oh, well, I was on a casting website. So I have a bunch of different websites that I use, but Backstage, Casting Networks, those are two really major ones. You make an account, you pay for it yearly, and you have a portfolio full of your past projects, and then you submit, and they either cast you, they hit you up, or they don't. And you submitted a video, casting video? Like a 60-second, or what was that? Yeah, the first aspect was just submitting my portfolio. Then they emailed me and said they wanted a video. So then I did an audition video, which they had me post unlisted on YouTube, and they could all just view that within their own company together. Then they asked for a second video. I don't even remember where that one was. It's not on YouTube. And after that, they told me that I was in, and they asked for all my info. What was the strategy with the video? Because did you go fancy, or was it simple? No, super simple. I just set up my phone in my living room and just talked to the camera, and I was like, I just want to do this because why not? Like, it seems like so much fun, and I'm hype about it. I know you're going to be hype if I'm in the game. Let's just do it. And they liked it, and it worked. Did you expect to get in? I forgot about it afterwards, you know, because it wasn't like, oh my gosh, it's MrBeast. It was random. Like I was like, who are these people? So it was like one of those ones that it was like, if I get it, I get it, and if not, no worries. And then they call you and said, hey, you got it? Yeah, they emailed and they asked for all my information. It did say MrBeast at this point, but I was like, there's no way. Like, why? What is he doing on Amazon Prime? But I sent him all my information, and yeah, it worked out. Didn't you think it was a scam? Yeah, was that because they were asking a lot of? Totally felt like it was a scam because they were like, what's your social security? Like all this interesting stuff that typical casting, like UGC, they don't ask for that. So I wasn't used to it. But I gave them all my info anyway, and I just trusted it. And it worked out. You were willing to take a month off, right? Or however long, month, 2 months. Yeah. But was there, like that's leaving your entire life behind, right? Yeah. And that's like what I really wanted to do, because at the time I was running away from demons essentially, and I wanted to kind of reset my life and my inner soul and emotions and just start fresh, because something was not working out for me in my past. So yeah, it was like a spiritual experience, honestly, joining. What were the things you were wanting to close the door on? So for the most part, toxic relationships played a huge role in my past, and I was very attached to them, and desperately tried to fix other people and make things work, and it just would never work, but I would never let go. And I think I was being a little disobedient to what God wanted, and I would just see a lot of negative happen in my life over and over. Finally, I just chose myself, and going on Beast Games, we didn't have our phones or any electronics for a month, so I was able to disconnect from that side of things. Because of that, there was this like space in my life where I could just have an overflow of whatever it was that I was missing.
Right.
And it turned out to be God, and I got really connected to God during the games. And
So you found God through Beast Games.
I did. I found God through Beast Games.
Wow, that's dope.
Yeah, and it's also the people, really. It's not just Beast Games, but the people that were there that led me on that path, who are now really close friends with me still. But they pulled me out of a dark time. It became bright and light for me. And after that, it was still kind of rough because I hadn't fully taken that step yet, but eventually I cut off all that toxic energy and moved forward with my life.
So Beast Games was really good for you from the relationship, like ending a bad relationship, finding God. Anything else?
The friendships, like my bad relationship, it isolated me. So I had no friends for a really long time. And a lot of my friends actually dropped out of my life because that relationship was just so bad. They couldn't see me in it, or they didn't agree with me being in it. And I did lose a lot of people during that time. So I was able to make brand new friends without being held down or held back. And they were just such genuine friendships and great relationships that, like, we actually some of us just took like a random spontaneous trip to Vegas just to hang out a little extra time because everyone was here.
Did you go to Area 51?
Yeah, we went to Area 51.
Really? You see aliens?
Yeah, we actually did see an alien.
No way.
I'm not even kidding. He was buried in the ground, like dead.
Hold on.
Dehydrated alien.
Really?
I'm not even kidding.
Is it a real one?
Yeah. Well,
you have to show me these. Okay, we need Jamie on Joe Rogan.
No, I don't. Really
Jamie. Okay, Joe Rogan podcast, right? Big podcast. Then he has this guy Jamie, and he's the one that's Googling things.
Okay.
He'd be pulling up anyways.
Fact check.
Yeah, fact checking, pulling up the website.
I have the receipts, don't worry.
Okay, I'd love to see them.
Okay.
Okay, we'll see some aliens here later, guys. Okay, so got out of the relationship. Tell me about God. Were you religious before?
Yeah, I mean, I was born and raised Catholic. I was baptized as a kid, but I got anxiety in church a lot. I don't know why. I felt like it was being forced, or it just didn't feel like my relationship with God. It felt like someone else's relationship. And I'm not really a big rule follower kind of girl. I like to just like break away from that and figure it out myself. So I kind of studied a lot of holistic stuff, spirituality. It's why I got into teaching yoga, Buddhism, which I still love. But finding God there really showed me that I had this whole thing missing, and it was always God, and he was always there. And like there was a lot that I gave up to manifesting. I was like, oh, I manifested, when in reality, like if I had brought God into that equation, the thing that I manifested probably would have been more spiritually advantageous. Whereas sometimes I'll manifest things that I'm not supposed to have, and I'll get them and it won't be good. So bringing God will protect you from some things that you may want.
Whoa, there's a lot there. Okay, so because manifesting, you have like law of attraction, that sort of thing, affirmations. There's a billion ways to do it, but then you have on the religious side, that's probably on the more spiritual side, then you have that.
Yeah.
So you're doing both now?
Totally.
Okay.
Yeah, so I used to have like a manifestation journal where I would have pictures of the things that I wanted to achieve and accomplish, and wrote down notes and stuff, which all of it's been achieved. I mean, I haven't added more photos because I've achieved it. I think I haven't added more to it because I don't feel that I need the journal anymore. I feel like if I just talk to God, like ask and you shall receive is in the Bible. And it's not just manifestation or your energy, but it's like taking the actionable steps to show God that you're willing to receive the gifts that he has to offer. So there's a lot that goes into it.
Wow. Okay. And in your journal, you mind sharing something?
Sure. Yeah. In college, I had one, and I had photos of like the ocean and surfing. And like I said, I actually moved to Hawaii after college and was a surf photographer and lived by the ocean. So there was partly that. In my newer one, I had pictures of like the point of view of being on stage in front of like hundreds of thousands of people. And I'm not like talented enough to go on stage and perform, but I am a talented photographer. And eventually that did become true. And I ended up on tons of stages in front of hundreds of thousands of people doing my photography. So a lot of the stuff worked out.
And that photography stuff might come in handy a little later today. So
interesting.
You get accepted into Beast Games. What happens next?
So then we all 2,000 of us are delivered to Vegas. I say delivered because some people flew and then some people drove. And we all went to Vegas. The 2,000 of us competed for a spot in the Amazon Prime show. So we got cut in half. At that point, the 1,000 of us, there was like a 2-week period where we didn't do anything at all. We just went back home and waited for word. Then 2 weeks or 3 weeks later, we got that call. 1,000 of us were flown out to Canada. There were a few stops along the way, like we stayed in New York. There was a layover there. Then we drove to Canada, and that's where the city was. It was based in Toronto. And the 1,000 of us lived in the city from that point forward. And from then on, I stayed there being at the end for a month, around there. So it was like a month and a couple weeks worth of time.
So you had to like say goodbye to your old life, like actually, did that affect work?
Yeah, totally. I had a couple clients before Beast Games that I had to just slowly fizzle out and part ways with because it was just too much time. Like I couldn't work on their projects anymore or do their content for them anymore. I did try to supplement them with what I had going on, but eventually it was just like, okay, well, you're doing your own thing now and you can't come back at this point because it's just
right. Yeah, I mean, you had to commit.
Yeah.
Did you go in knowing you were going to make it as far as you did?
I went in thinking I was going to win the entire thing. Like I felt like this is my thing. I know exactly like why I'm here, and it was just for a spiritual journey. And although I didn't win the 10 million, I definitely still feel like I won. What's
the story of the Hey Dude? Because everyone's like, you've become a meme now.
Yeah, the Hey Dude meme. I guess that people really were shocked by my language, hey dude. It's kind of weird. Like I grew up, working at Vans and Tilly's, and I lived in Hawaii, and now I'm in California, so I think my vocabulary is just kind of silly for most people. But especially Jimmy, who's a very like business-oriented man, and he was probably taken off guard by that. So people call me the Hey Dude girl. My DMs are flooded with, hey dude, I know you probably get a lot of these messages. Hey dude, da da da, which is super cute. Love it. But yeah, that's just my personality.
Once you're in Beast Games, did you come in with a strategy? Did you fail or succeed at your strategy?
I did not come in with any strategy. Oddly enough, I had never watched a MrBeast video. So after Vegas, I just was like, wow, what am I getting myself into? So I watched a MrBeast video and I was like, okay, so there's like psychological games. I should be really good at this because I studied psychology. So I didn't really like plan anything. I didn't do any workouts. I honestly was still in that really dark time of my life up until the day that I left for Beast Games. So I kind of suffered until I left. And then I was just so relieved finally to like feel peace again. So I don't know, Beast Games low-key saved me, and I did nothing to prepare for it.
It sounds like in a lot of ways with your past and then opening up doors into the future. What was the most memorable challenge or the one that you
Yeah, my favorite.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not like the biggest deal of a challenge, but I really liked the cup pong challenge. I think it was in the earlier episodes where we were on the towers in the city and there was a giant cup and a giant ball that we had to lunge into the cup, like beer pong.
So I take it you played beer pong?
In college I was in a sorority, so it did help a little bit. But yeah, I scored my bucket, so that's why I like that game.
What was the worst experience?
The red cube game was emotionally exhausting. I had not cried at all. Like a lot of people were crying during the games because we've all gotten really close, which is fair. But I hadn't cried at all. And then after the red cube game, where someone had to eliminate themselves for the other two to stay in, and we were all very close, I just felt kind of mean, like a bully. I was like, I don't like that. But we didn't bully him. We were just like, I need her. And then my friend was like, I need her. And he was like, okay, I'll eliminate myself. But even still, like, I was just like, dang, that feels kind of icky.
Do you have beef with anyone like afterwards, or do you all part ways and just shake hands and like, this is the game?
I think most of us are very connected still. I think some people might have beef, but I don't. I'm like vegetarian when it comes to my conscience. So I don't have beef with people and try to keep it like calm and nice no matter what.
So in the cube where you could ask for pretty much anything under the sun, what was the craziest thing that someone asked for? Or did you guys have an item that you wanted to?
Yeah, I desperately want. No, let's get this straight. People from the cubes ordered horses, psychic mediums, tattoo artists, masseuses. They ordered everything under the sun. I just wanted an iced oat milk lavender latte so badly, which I never got, but we did get our sushi, and we also got bean bags. And I think that's like all we really ordered. We didn't order much else.
So they would have done anything pretty much?
Pretty much,
Nothing
except for the $10 million.
Right, obviously.
Well, he's like, I'll give it to you, but you can't take it out of the cubes. So anything you ordered, you couldn't take out of the cubes. So no money, no immunity to the next game, no drugs, obviously.
Right, but food.
But yeah, you could order pretty much anything else.
Yeah, sorry about the iced oat milk latte.
It's okay. I get them every morning now, so we're good.
You're drinking them all. Okay, with the experience, what were you expecting to get?
I was expecting to get $5 million, but like on a real note, I was just expecting to go in and like have a life-changing experience where I could just disconnect from the things that I was so deeply attached to and like really view myself in a holistic manner and see what I needed in life. Because for that time, like I was very lost and like didn't know what to do or how I could be happy or healthy again. And I was like, there's something holding me back. So just getting rid of all of that was my main goal, and just having that peace and clarity to make the right decision to move forward.
And are you happy with your performance? Because you were what, 6th place?
I was 6th.
6th place, yeah.
6th is usually like an awful place, but at 2,000 people, I'm so happy. Yeah, no, I'm elated and super honored to be a part of it, but to also be so close to the end. It did give me exactly what I was seeking. Maybe not monetarily, like, but
what'd you end up taking home?
I took home a good amount still, $7,000 and some change, plus the $2,000 that we were given originally. So a good $9,000 a month, which is still great.
Not bad.
Yeah, it's great. But yeah, I really did get so much more than money out of it, and it was a full-blown spiritual experience.
I didn't know game shows were spiritual, but I see how they were for you.
Super weird.
Is there any moments of regret where you look back at your performance or what you said or did and you would change? Yeah.
Oh my gosh, there is one thing I regret, and it's weird. I usually don't regret things. But I'm a girl's girl through and through, and the one thing that I didn't do that is aligned with who I am is team up with the girls at the end to try and get out the guys and T, who would have been a pair, because we were all on those podiums at the end, which is where I lost. So there was 3 of us and 3 of us, and if I were to team up with Emma and Yessi against the other 3, I feel like that game would have turned out completely differently. And they even asked, they were like, do you want to make an alliance? And I was like, no. I don't know what was wrong with me.
No. Okay.
Biggest regret.
Okay. If you won the 10 million, because it doubled, because the crazy coin flip, what would you have done with that?
Well, I only had like an hour to think about the 10 million, because when it got introduced, I probably got eliminated like an hour and a half, 2 hours later.
Okay.
But for the 5 million, like I was definitely planning on obviously taking care of my family, financial advisor, all of that, but also creating more jobs for creatives to do like similar work as me, or creating like a school to help creatives do the things that I do, because I was able to not have a 9-to-5 for the past 2 years pretty much. And I think that just helping others and being able to set out like layout for creatives especially, but mostly I wanted to take care of my family. That was like my biggest goal.
Are you in financial debt or?
No, I think for the most part, my dad, he's in a lot of debt because of the IRS due to, he was a real estate agent when the market crashed. So he's a great real estate agent, but he himself doesn't even own a house because of that. So I'd have loved to have bought him a house and like taken care of him. My mom, she's fine. She's an ICU nurse at a really reputable hospital, so I just want to give back to her. But her goal is to help save animals, so I'm like, she just wants to save people and help people.
Okay. Well, the school thing, you can I mean, that's something that's still on the table.
Yeah.
Are you planning on teaching?
Yeah, I don't see why not. I want to create like this to be an online schooling to help people do the same exact steps that I took to get UGC gigs or create a portfolio, like the things we were talking about, because it's a great side gig, and even if it's like small amounts here and there, like $500 for one video or even $50 for one video can really help a lot of people.
So just UCG, what is that? Like?
It's user-generated content, and brands will hire creators to create this content for them to post on their socials. So this is content I don't post. It does kind of suck because sometimes I don't necessarily like the product, but I'll still be endorsing it. So there's like a little bit of a discrepancy there. But to me, it's still like acting and commercial modeling, so it doesn't bother me as much. But yeah, they'll send you their products. You send in raw clips. Sometimes they'll send you a script, and you'll be their ad.
And so, I mean, you can still teach people to do that in a way. You don't need a brick and mortar thing like you said online. You can still go with your goal.
Yeah, and a lot of people have asked for help in that area. So it's like, I know people want to get into it because they see that it's fun. Also, you get free stuff. I mean, imagine like if a mom could do UGC, get paid to talk about the diapers that are being sent to her. Like, what a dream, you know? So I want to help people do that.
I understand you like Thai food.
Love Thai food.
Okay. Particular favorite dish?
Yes, I have a favorite.
Okay.
Have you ever had Penang curry?
Penang. Well, hold on one second. So I think I have a surprise for you.
Oh, okay.
So we actually have some Penang curry.
Wow, thank you.
And we can continue chatting. And so, all right, have you been to Thailand?
No, I've never been.
Okay, so where'd you get your love for the Penang?
Honestly, it was just Uber Eats. I Uber Eats a lot because I'm not the best cook. I like burnt spaghetti, and I just am not good at that.
That's
so
good, though.
This is great.
Yeah, that's really good. I've been to Thailand. That's where I fell in love, but I fell in love with all the curries, the red, the yellow, but the Penang.
It's like a peanut.
It tastes a little bit sweet, a little bit spicy.
Yes, that's why I get spicy.
The right amount. Yeah, that definitely is spicy.
So good, thank you.
Yeah, so what's the Hawaii story?
So I moved to Hawaii after I graduated college. I moved there in 2018, stayed there for 2 years. COVID actually hit when I was there, so I lived there on a literal deserted island in the middle of the ocean for a year, which was crazy. But I just did surf photography, which I really loved, and also yoga and selling surf packages and being a barista.
Were you in the water with the over-under type lens cover things?
Those,
yeah, those are sick.
Not. I don't like getting in the water that much.
Okay, why?
When I lived in Hawaii, like my first year, I mean, the island does not like you if you're not from there, in my opinion. Like, don't overstay your welcome. But I was fully clothed at Waimea Bay and was not planning on getting in the ocean at all. Didn't even have a bikini on. And the ocean still ripped me out to the middle of it it's like after 7, so it was like late evening. It was during a storm, raining. And I did end up drowning at Waimea Bay.
Drowning?
Yeah.
Like you got pulled under?
I got pulled totally out and under because of the storm. There were waves coming from like in front of me and aside me. And I think, what's crazy is I actually called out to God. This is all before like these games existed, but I called out to God to save my life because I was like, I'm too young, please God save me. And in that moment I blacked out and my body went limp. And then eventually the wave was able to take my body back to shore, and then 2 people saved me.
So you're passed out. It was like game over. So that's your near-death experience.
One of them, yes.
Did you? One of them.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a lot.
I feel like I've had 2.5 near-death experiences.
2.5?
Yeah.
What's the number 2?
I also have idiopathic anaphylaxis, which if anyone has any allergies, basically that's just a lethal allergic reaction to an unknown cause. So essentially it'll just happen out of nowhere and I could die. So I'm supposed to carry EpiPens on me at all times, and this has happened to me before while I was driving. So what had happened was my throat swelled up, my eyes swelled shut, my face like blew up, and I had to call an ambulance to find me and give me an EpiPen shot. So I have allergies.
What's the half time?
The half one, I cliff jumped off of a 30-foot cliff and landed wrong in the water and compression fractured my spine.
Jeez, okay, 2.5, that's almost 3.
I feel like, I mean, I had an out-of-body experience, so we'll count it.
Okay, what was the outer body experience like? Which was that 1, 2, or 2.5?
That was the 3rd time when I cliff jumped. When I landed underwater, I think it was because it was so painful. I did go out of body, and I was like looking at myself. I'm like, yo, this is so embarrassing. They think you're drowning. Like, swim up. And then I did. I woke up and I mermaided myself over to a rock, and I had to climb a rope to get to the top of the cliff, and then I had to hike the mountain to the top to get to the car. Wow. It was awful. All with a broken spine.
So a lot of water trauma.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like a few of those. Okay. So, good news is today we're not doing anything with the water, but you photography-wise though, that's cool.
Yeah.
You love photography.
Love it so much.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I have a challenge for us, actually, a surprise.
Okay.
So we're gonna do a photography challenge.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay. So we're gonna take 3 different photos.
Okay.
I'll walk you through it in just a second, but we're gonna compete. Photography challenge. It'll be timed. It'll be a lot of fun. We'll see who does the best photo.
Okay, let's get it. I know you're a photographer.
More video, but
We'll see.
We'll see.
Okay.
Okay, and then just because I didn't want to cut that short, the near-death experience with where you got pulled out and almost drowned, did anything happen there, like when you blacked out?
No, actually, besides just I think blacking out was what helped me like make it back to shore. You know, like there was no out-of-body experience there. It was fully just limp body. And I think that's when the wave was like, okay, now we can really just like spit you back out.
Did this make you more religious, like after these experiences and making it, or?
It did. But it wasn't the like passion that I needed. Like that, my relationship with God, it didn't have that like flame underneath it. It was more like still just because I had to, or else. So it wasn't as personal as it. I think God was trying to get that message across, and I was so like not there for it. So, I mean, eventually he's going to get his message across either way. But I think he definitely was like, "Hey, rely on me."
Right.
You know.
Okay. Awesome. All right, let's do this photo challenge.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay. Cool.
That challenge was actually really fun. I didn't think it was going to be that fun.
Well, I don't know who won, but it's definitely.
I thought I took that whole challenge, like I thought I had you cooked, but after seeing your photos, I don't know, those are actually really good.
Yeah, we were like trying to spice things up in the middle. Anyways, it was a whole lot of fun. We'll find out who's the winner on the other video. So, I want to know some more. Like, let's go outside of Beast Games. Let's go beyond that. What books do you read? Are you a reader?
I mean, I'm not much of a reader, but there are some books that I've read that have changed my life significantly that I always recommend to people.
Yeah.
The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, I don't know if I'm saying his name.
Heard of him. Doesn't he do the
New Earth?
A New Earth, yes.
I like
He's
that
like
one.
into vibrations and like things vibrate negative or strong. Like you can hold medicine and you can do muscle testing where you hold, look. Like if you hold this out and you think like something, I can push it down if it's weak, if it's bad for you, if it's good for you, you can resist.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes, I've done the muscle testing before, actually in therapy even. Like that's a therapeutic thing to figure out things as well.
Okay.
But yeah, I really like his teachings. I love The Power of Now because I read it in 7th grade, which is kind of a big book to read in 7th grade. But it low-key helped me a lot with depression and anxiety and helped me live in the moment.
Were you, like, do you struggle, something you struggle with, depression?
Yeah, I think that it's like a chronic illness, and even if you're really happy, sometimes like it can still, still be there. It doesn't matter.
Right.
But I think a lot of people are affected by it, so it's a hard thing. It's something that we all have to kind of get through, I think, at some point in our lives.
Right. Would you say you're depressed, like not depressed now?
I broke free of that, I think, within the past month or so, because I was still struggling, with the remnants of like my last relationship and all those things that went really negative. And then all the positive things started to flow into my life, and I was like, I could take a breather, and so all of that really did help my depression immensely.
Well, therapy. So you see a therapist now, or?
I do, yeah.
Okay.
I went through a lot, to the point where if I said it on camera, we might get flagged. So the things that I went through are just not human, and they're not okay for anyone to go through. So I've been seeing a therapist for the past 2 years, kind of on and off, but now recently I've dove in and just all I wanted to do was get myself back on my feet in a healthy place and never ever go back to the place that I was ever again.
Well, I'm glad you are on the other side of that.
Thank you.
So the book, The Power of Now, what are some of the lessons that it taught you?
The Power of Now taught me that there is no future and no past, that all we have is right now. And her outfit is fire, by the way. And so if we live in the now, all that we've ever done in our past is just a memory, which exists now still, and everything that we will ever do in the future doesn't exist yet, so thinking about it is a waste of time. So really, it just brought me back to earth, where I could ground myself while also having those free-flowing thoughts and not go delusional about it.
Okay. What's any other books that have changed your life?
Honestly, I haven't really read anything that I've liked recently. I honestly haven't picked up a book in a long time.
One of my favorites is Think and Grow Rich, and the short version of that same book is written by a different author, but The Science of Getting Rich.
Okay, cool.
So those two, it's beyond, it sounds on the surface is money, money, money.
Yeah.
But it's rich in life is much deeper than that. That's what you pick it up because you're I want some money, but then you get in and you find out it's so much more.
That's cool.
Right,
Love that.
Richness in all things.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I have a little surprise for you, so I want to show you this way. So
Another surprise?
Yes. All right, welcome.
Thanks.
So, before we get into this surprise that I have for you, wanted to ask you some questions. So, first and foremost, would you say that you're happy?
Yeah, definitely.
And what is happiness for you?
I think it's gratitude and being in a flow state and just like riding the wave of life in like a positive manner.
Do you have a practice that you practice daily to keep you in that flow state or to keep your happiness up?
I try to keep my creativity up. Definitely pray every day. And I love to meditate and do some self-care at the end of the day.
And what do you want to be known for?
I like what I'm known for right now, which is just being authentic and myself and fair. But maybe I can influence more people to do that, or I don't know, just like going along that same path. I like that vibe.
Okay. And I want to go into that, like what's next for you. We'll kind of in a second. But if you notice where we're at, we're here somewhere. We're at, what do you call it? A rage room, a smash room.
Dang, yeah.
So I know it might be a little frustrating that you didn't win the 10 million.
A little bit.
You seem to be handling it well.
Yeah.
You got the consolation of the 9K or whatever, but today we can take out a little of that frustration, have some fun. We're gonna smash, I think we have 30 minutes to smash things. That gets taken out of context.
Jeez.
We have 30 minutes to smash as many cups as in that bucket and have fun while doing it.
I love it.
Awesome.
Okay.
All right, let's go.
Let's get it.
Ready? We gotta go.
Oh, we're gonna get serious.
And your 30 minutes starts now.
Thank you.
Have fun.
Bye. Okay. All right.
These are real weapons.
Okay. Pick your weapon.
These are real weapons. I want a crowbar.
Whoa. Okay. She went for the serious. Okay. I'm gonna start with a bat and then I'll go to crowbar.
I'm not gonna be able to lift the other one.
Okay.
This is scary.
Do you typically like to go first in things like? What, are you the one leader that's stepping up when it's your time?
No, I'm the leader that follows behind the pack to make sure we're all safe.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Okay,
so
are you
make sure
saying
it's safe?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm scared.
Okay, so I played baseball a long time ago. So let's see. Okay.
No.
But it's gonna be very hard to hit this. Like sideways.
So scary. Oh shoot, this is terrifying. I can't wait to do it.
Okay.
Put it on.
That felt great.
Did it feel good?
Yeah, it does feel good.
Okay.
You want a baseball bat first, or you want to go straight?
No, I still want the crowbar.
Okay, here you go.
Yep, give me that. Okay. Oh, this is terrifying. I feel like this is illegal. I'm really not that aggressive. I don't know how to do this.
That was pretty good.
Not me predicting that. Okay, wait.
Wow.
Okay.
Good job.
Okay, wait, we're getting used to it.
Okay.
All right, your turn.
All right. Can I try the?
Yeah, I think I might like the bat, but I want the mini bat.
Would you say growing up you were the kid that did things that pushed the limits that were getting it? Were you getting in a lot of trouble?
Never.
Never.
Yes, no.
You're a goodie.
Yes, of course.
Goody two shoes, huh?
Duh.
Okay.
You see me? Ah!
Okay.
Oh my gosh, that's so scary.
You good?
Again.
Okay.
Okay. No,
Good.
I was.
So you were goody two shoes, huh?
Yes.
Okay.
It's pretty much like straight A's, like quiet.
Yeah.
To myself.
Where's been the biggest growth area for you there?
I'm way way less quiet now.
Yeah.
I don't mind putting myself out there. I'm still pretty soft, but I'm gonna hit it this way.
Here, I'm get. Yeah.
We're gonna hit it this way. But yeah, I'm more confident now.
Very confident.
That was a good one.
Okay. Mm-hmm. When's the last time you got in trouble?
I don't know. I don't really get in trouble. I'm not like a troublemaker.
Yeah, you don't seem. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I was the talkative kid in class that I got in trouble all the time.
That seems about right.
Yeah.
Baseball.
I'm gonna go a little in front of you, like here. Okay.
Okay, I bet.
So yeah, ready. Awesome.
That was good. That was good.
That was sweet. Here, I want to give that a whirl.
Yeah, I bet you do. That was pretty fun, not gonna lie. Ready?
Yep.
Do you want it up or sideways?
Like more here, like to me.
Okay.
So I can hit it, so I don't have to chase in front.
Yeah, I like where you just pointed.
Yep.
That looks good.
You can kind of toss it at me.
Okay,
That felt
worked.
good.
That worked.
Awesome. Oh, the hammer.
Ooh, that one's. Ooh, wait, we should just smash a couple. You gotta smash these ones.
This is heavy.
Hit 'em
So
on
this
the
is like hit the floor.
That was so soft.
Did you play sports growing up?
I'm not really a sports girl. I like volleyball though.
Volleyball? You played it or no?
Just for fun.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm kind of, I don't know, not sportsy.
Not sports.
Kind of clumsy. I liked yoga though, so
Okay.
the slower movements.
Okay. Well, let's see your yoga throw.
Yoga throw.
Yoga throw it over there.
Oh boy. Okay. We have the tree. Ooh.
These cups are resilient.
Maybe I need to just not strong enough. Maybe there's no yoga involved.
I want to almost throw it like a football,
Ooh, do it.
you know,
See
like.
if it works. Oh wow, that worked okay.
So it did a little rotation.
Ooh, you know what we should do? We should just stack them on top of each other.
Yes. Okay. Let me smash this one.
Okay.
I'm already committed to
I love
this.
it. Okay.
I have the yes.
Okay, ready? That was a good one. That one went everywhere.
This bat is, man, been through a lot. What are some of your plans for 2025? It's been a wild ride so far.
I know, and it's only February.
We're 2 months and change in.
But
It's been a wild ride. What was the craziest part of 2025 for you so far?
I feel like every week I've had something to do. Rivian, like that car company, invited me to their event.
The electric car company?
Yeah.
Wow.
And they're gonna pay me to go be there. So there's like a bunch of really cool like opportunities that have been presenting themselves to me. But I just can't wait to see what's to come because it feels like something good is coming.
You said something about a billboard on the drive.
Yeah, I've always wanted to be on a billboard, and MrBeast did put me on a billboard, but it was like this much space and
Yeah.
like hundreds of other, like it was a cool billboard, but I want to be on a billboard
For real.
for real.
Okay.
Yeah, 2025 goals.
2025 goal.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Okay. What would the billboard say?
I don't know. I felt like it would be like a modeling gig or like maybe like some other TV show or just something cool, ideally.
Okay.
I don't know. Who
Awesome.
knows? An ad of some sort.
That would be a win. Awesome. How
like
does it
actually
feel
so
to let this out?
I love this part.
That's for. All right. Who are these people that snaked you on Beast Games?
On Beast Games,
Who took the 600K? What's his name?
JC took the 600K.
What's his name?
JC.
JC. Yes, JC.
How
This is
dare
for
you,
you,
bro.
JC. This is for you. Have you talked to him?
Yeah, we're homies.
Yeah.
I'm chill with everybody.
I
Honestly.
mean, you know you're playing a game. You can't really.
I know, and he did the one thing. I'm like, oh, I should have done that,
Right.
but I would have never because I just feel bad about it.
Yeah. Gage was saying like everyone should have taken the 100K. Ideally, that would have been
Yeah, that would have been like the nice thing.
the
to
nice
do.
thing to do.
Life's not nice though.
Right. Good job.
That was good. Good questions.
Yeah. No, I like asking while we were doing it. It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so like what's 20? You know, we talked about 2025 so far. What's next for you going forward?
Ooh. The same thing I was doing before, which was just like throwing myself out there in front of as many people as I can in the same industry that I want to be in forever because I love it.
Yeah.
More acting, more modeling, more UGC. Hopefully I can expand and help other people do the same thing or create more jobs for more photographers and videographers. But I just want to travel and grow and make money and not ever have a 9-to-5 ever again. Anyway,
Yeah, I
can.
don't see you aligning with a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. How does it feel to be in the eyes of press and be asked to get asked to do podcasts?
I love it. That's
Yeah.
what I was like really working for, you know? Because it's like I always was the person behind the camera filming others and like wanting to get others, you know.
Right.
But now it's like me that's being wanted, so it feels really nice.
Right.
I like it.
I think this is your time to focus on you.
Yeah.
Do you, hustle hard, and then I believe 2025 there'll be some great things ahead.
Me too.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Awesome.
That's beautiful.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This
And
was
thank you
fun.
guys so much for watching another episode of The Unexpected, the world's first experiential podcast. Make sure to subscribe. Thank you. See you very soon.